Here to talk more about the OPEC decision and what it means, we are joined by analyst Brendan Fitzsimmons, the head strategist for Medley Global Advisors here in New York. Thanks very much for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
Americans are going to wonder, all right, this kind of cutback, will it really be felt at the gas pump?
Initially, no. As we've seen, in fact, after the decision today, prices continue to fall, and that will continue to be reflected at the pump, particularly as we're going into a low demand season for gasoline.
Okay, so that's the short term. The long term, though, what's the forecast?
In the medium to long term, it could affect prices, particularly going into next driving season if further cuts are seen and if the economy were to recover.
Which begs the question then, does really OPEC have any say, any real control when it appears that the market is really driving things, so to speak?
Not in the near term. At this point in time, and part of the reason for why they convened this meeting on an emergency basis, it actually was a second emergency meeting. They were concerned about their loss of control and the risks posed to the beginning of next year when the supply-demand balance would be most at risk.
Where does OPEC see the ideal price for a barrel of oil? Is it as high as it can possibly be?
Ideally, particularly for the Saudis, it's an issue of stable prices. For the cartel as a whole, it's stable prices at the highest sustainable level. For some countries, there's more of a concern for higher prices because of the budgetary considerations. So, for example, Venezuela needs a higher average basket for budget issues and the grade of its crude. So we've heard 80 to 100 mentioned as a range that the Venezuelans are looking for.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, we talk about some of these nations, Russia, Venezuela, and Iran, the troublemakers in the eyes of many Americans. This reduced revenue obviously means they don't have as much power?
It can affect their ability to procure things, to project power, and just in general, the stability of the country is in some jeopardy if prices were to dive much lower, to be sustained at a lower period.
And I guess we'll find out what's going to happen over the next few months.
Indeed.
Brendan Fitzsimmons, thank you very much.
Thank you.